Follow your heart. Follow your feet, your soul. Follow your dreams wherever they go. And never slow down. Find someone to share it with. And then never let them go. Hold me close, closer than ever before. Ooh, love me like you won't let go. You're all that I know, with all that I am. Ooh, love me like you won't let go. Yeah. We light up the dark, light up the streets with gold, and follow your dreams wherever they go. And never slow down, and find someone to share it with, and then never let them go. Hold me close, closer than ever before. Ooh, love me like you won't let go. You're all that I know, so with all that I am. Ooh, love me like you won't let go. And if you strip away everything, you in my arms, I feel like a king, holding you close. I love you like I won't let go. And if you take away everything, just you in my arms, I feel like a king when I'm holding you close. Oh, I love you like I won't let go. So hold me close, closer than ever before. Ooh, just love me like you won't let go, with all that I know, with all that I am. Ooh, love me like you won't let go. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. I have to do, I'm a sensitive rocker, so after I do sensitive rock, I have to hold up the horns.
Right.
Because they need to know I have street cred. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's smart.
And you know?
It's a smart move.
They could leave thinking I'm soft.
Well, that's a great segue, because you talk a lot about, feelings, and you talk a lot about things that you've been through. And, I want to thank you for being someone who is so open and honest about things that you've been through. A lot of musicians write songs about stuff that they've been through, but sometimes hide behind the music or aren't willing to necessarily talk about it out in the open. And you just get right out there and you talk about it, and it's an important thing. It's a very important thing.
Oh,
right?
Thank you. Oh, amen. Thank you, Jesus. No, I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, I grew up listening to Peter Gabriel and the Smiths and the Cure, and so I always thought why aren't people just really writing about what they actually feel? And it just boggled me how people were kind of scared to be vulnerable. And I come from a theater background where as soon as you walk on stage, they're like, you need to let all that go and just be crazy. So I guess I took that in, and it gave me permission to write about anything. My first song I wrote One of them was a song called Black Orchid, and I played it for my mom, and it's pretty dark, you know, but my mom knew that I must have been feeling something, so that was my way to communicate it to her. I'm babbling, but thank you.
We're not gonna get rid of depression and anxiety just by talking about it. We certainly do get rid of a lot of the shame that's involved with it. It kind of we can normalize it more. You know, drugs and things like that. The more we talk about it and give it a voice, I think it's a very healthy thing. So thank you for being.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you.
Someone
very much.
who does that. And
I appreciate that.
You probably have fans who tell you all the time, this song, got me through this, or this song got me through that, or whatever. I can see everybody nodding their heads in here.
You guys are very sweet. Here. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you, guys.
So let's talk about, we haven't caught up aside from 10 minutes ago, we haven't caught up in a couple of years.
Yeah.
We had a lot to talk about last time you were here.
Yeah.
A lot to talk about. A lot of changes in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You looked like a totally different person. And
I used to look kind of like a penguin. Like I wear a black and white suit and walk around and hobble with some black eyeliner. What the hell was that? You ever look at yourself in pictures and go, oh my God, the 90s were awful.
Yes, actually,
that's how I feel about like all
phase.
of 2000, except for like 6 years. Like, you know.
Well, but do you find it more difficult since you kind of did a reboot on your life? Is that fair to say?
That's a great way to say
it.
Okay.
That now, as you're continuing to write material and be a musician, is it as easy to be inspired?
It's easier.
Okay. Elaborate.
Because I've gotten rid of. The best thing I could ever learn when I've made changes in my life were to get rid of negative people, pray for them and move on, but you don't have to attend every fight you're asked to be in, so now I just surround myself with positivity. I only let people in my life that are good for my soul, because I don't have to be there. I don't have to be everybody's babysitter. I don't have to make everybody happy. But what I've found is that when I wrote about sadness, it's so easy to write about sadness because it's like sitting in your own poop, You'll eventually stink. And that's how it'll be easy to write about that, right? Mm-hmm. But when I found out that there's such this amazing world outside, every day I'm just inspired by meeting people, by connecting with people. So I've only tapped into, this little piece of how good life is. It's only 6 years that I've been writing about how good life is, when 20 years before that I was writing about how hard it was. So I just can't wait to see what I'm inspired by next. Like when I told you I went into the mall the other day, okay? Get this. Freaking mall. Walked into the mall. Christmas music's playing. It smells like the Yankee Candle store. I'm freaking out. It's so romantic inside, like that. And then I went outside and the wind was blowing in my face. It's so good. Life's so good, I'm sorry, I sound like a madman.
No, you don't. That's you answered the question exactly.
I'm like a walking Yankee Candle. Like cedar or pine would be.
We were talking a lot about what your potential next ventures could be, and I'm thinking Ascent. Ascent is definitely.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
That's good. That's
coming to a Belk near you.
I've got the name of it, but I can't say it on the radio.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, before we all get fired, let's do another song. It's a 404 session with Alt 105.7.
I'm just a normal boy that sank when I fell overboard. My ship would leave the country, but I'd rather swim ashore. Without a life vest, I'd be stuck again. Wish I was much more masculine. Maybe then I could learn to swim. 14 miles away, not floating up and down. I spend colliding into sound. Whales beneath me diving down, sinking to the bottom of mine. Everything that freaks me out. The lighthouse gleam has just gone out. I'm cold as cold can be. I wanna swim away, but don't know how. Sometimes it feels like I'm falling in an ocean. And let the waves up take me down. And let this hurricane set in motion, yeah. Let the rain of what I feel right now come down. Just let the rain come down. Where is the Coast Guard? I keep looking each direction for a spotlight. Give me something, I need something for protection. Yeah, flying some junk would do just fine, but the jetsam sunk, I'm left behind, treading for my life. Believe me, how can I keep up this breathing? Not knowing how to think, I scream aloud, begin to sink. My legs and arms are broken down, with envy for the solid ground, reaching for the life within me. How could one man stop his ending? The thought of just your face, relaxed and floated into space. I wanna swim away, but don't know how. Sometimes it feels like I'm falling in an ocean, and let the waves up take me down, and let this hurricane set in motion, yeah. Let the rain of what I feel right now come down. Let the rain come down. Just bring it down. Now waking to the sun, I calculate what I had done, like jumping from the bow, yeah, to prove that I knew how, yeah. It's midnight's late reminder of the loss of her, the one I love. My will to quickly end it all, said front row, and my need to fall to the ocean, end it all. To the ocean, end it all. To the ocean, end it all. I wanna swim away, but don't know how. Sometimes it feels like I'm falling in an ocean, and let the waves up take me down, and let this hurricane set in motion, yeah. Let the rain of what I feel right now come down. Just let the rain come down. Just bring it down. Oh, into space. Yeah. And I thought of just your face. Just your face. Just your face. Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
You know, you have to do that.
Rock and roll.
You know? I mean,
That's beautiful.
otherwise they'll think I'm soft. I am.
Wouldn't
I really am.
You should have heard the conversations we had before.
Yeah, you know?
You definitely would have. No. All right, so let's talk about the new, I can't really call it a new album. It's been out for more than a year.
Yeah.
Hope you're happy. And you also put out a solo project since the last time you were here as well.
Oh, man, yeah, I do a bunch of stuff. I just, I can't stop, really.
But as the main creative force behind Blue October, why then did you also feel it was important to do a solo project as well?
Well, it's actually not like when normal people go do something because they can't do it with their band. It's different versions of the songs, how they were written,
Okay.
like Blue October songs, but how they were written with just an acoustic guitar and a vocal. And then it's a show. It's based around a show called the Open Book Show, which is a show about recovery, rebirth, finding good in life from such a dark place. So, like, I just put the albums out so people will come see that show.
Got it.
And but it's such a nice one-man show. It's like, I think I play maybe like 8 songs, but the rest of it's like monologue, and it's just to challenge my theater side. I just like challenging myself a lot more, you know.
Well, I can imagine that you're, just based on this alone, that you're very good at that. That comes very naturally to you.
What do you mean?
Wendy and I talk about it sometimes because, you know, some people we talk to are,
Right.
yes,
Too cool for school.
no. And
get
some
you.
people are, you know, like you, who,
Yeah.
I mean, if we had another hour and a half, you'd
sit here
hang
all
out
day.
and talk.
Yeah, I'm the kind of guy that, you know, when I'm at the grocery store with my wife, we're checking out at the check-in counter, and the lady is helping my wife, and she's got all the kids wrapped around her, and I'm just standing there like a ghost, right? And I start breathing heavy. And then the checkout lady looks at me and I slip her a note and it says, I've been kidnapped, help me.
No.
Like, what? You know, I mean, that's just my personality. I want to make people smile because for so many years I just sat there miserable. And people ask me, how can you be so positive? It's like, because I sat in hell for so long.
You're making up for lost time.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes.
Yeah. I bet you terrorize your children.
Oh, I do.
Embarrass them so much.
I called my 11-year-old the other day and said, hey, I'm going to be in town. Can Daddy come have lunch with you in middle school? What? She goes, no.
Ooh. Wow.
What do you mean?
Savage.
What do you mean? Yeah, that's her favorite word, too. Savage. Dad, I'm a savage now.
Okay.
Have you heard Ariana Grande's new album, Dad? And I was like, yeah, I have. And she goes, thank you, next. And I was like, wow.
Dang.
Wow. And she goes, can I get a high ponytail and a big sweater? I'm like, yes, you can.
Sure, honey.
Ariana Grande's awesome.
She is, yeah.
She's amazing.
She is awesome. Very talented.
Yeah.
All right, so the first single, which is the title track,
Yeah.
I thought was sonically a bit of a departure from what I'm used to from Blue October.
Yeah.
The second single, though, Daylight, if someone had played me that song
Right.
and said, who is this? I might not have guessed.
Someone awesome, but definitely
Somebody
not
amazing.
Blue October. Yeah.
I mean, you have a very distinct voice.
Yeah.
But the song itself sounded nothing like
So different.
that. It's
Yeah.
different. Now, was that a purposeful thing in writing and heading into the studio, or did it just come out that way and you just embraced it?
This is something I got to produce this album by myself, right? So I hope you're happy. The whole album is so different and eclectic and weird. And as a producer, a lot of people don't like me because everybody will usually want to do what's comfortable. You know, when we come into the chorus, let's hit a power chord. And let's go with a big drum fill with lots of cymbals and we're a rock band. I was like, no, absolutely not. We did that in 2006. You know, so how can we accentuate on this chorus without a power chord, with minus guitars as much as we can? And then I was like, oh, we have this huge string player. Yeah, he's great. Let's make a wall of strings sound like it's 9 Inch Nails slapping you in the face with a little bit of sensitive side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then put the biggest, fattest drum kick. So I spent most of my time in the studio measuring out where I could get the kick drum to sound the biggest and the broadest instead of just putting a mic above it and going, let's play. You know, so and once I got the, I was like, there it is. And then I sampled it and played it on an MPC. It was just totally different. So when it came out, you're almost like, this isn't Blue October. That was my favorite thing to do, is send our singles off to program directors around the country and send it to them without the name on it. And our rep would go in and they say, what do you think of this? Because once you tag Blue October on it, it's already, okay, they've been around for a long time. But they were like, what the hell is that? We've gotten back sometimes, and I think it's hilarious. Man, that's a great song. Too bad it's Blue October.
What?
You don't know, but that's okay. You got to think about it. It's business. This is a positive thing for me because I go, yes, I got in your ear. Because before, it would never have been listened to, you know? So it's a blessing that people would even listen to it, because now those people, when they see me, they go, dude, freaking you got me, bro. And I'm like, thank you so much. It's a blessing. It's nothing negative about that. It's so awesome. Opening doors every day, slowly but surely. It's great.
Well, and I think no matter what you do, if you continue to use the same sound, a lot of critics will say,
I just can't, though.
you're doing this, it's the same thing you've already done.
Right.
And then if you change your sound, some people will say, well,
Yeah.
what about that?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
totally,
can't please all of the people all the time. But
That's one of the things I said earlier, is like the way I found happiness is you're never going to make everybody happy. Just make yourself happy. If you're content and the people around you are content, then your life's good, man. Success. Ding.
well, I'd like to thank you so much for taking the time on
Thank you.
tour to come in and chill with us and be so awesome
love you
and
too.
conversational
You guys
and
are awesome.
open. And we really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, do you mind if I play one more?
I hope that you will play one more.
There will be days when you're falling down. There will be days when you're inside out. There will be days when you fall apart. Someone else will break your heart. They're never gonna hold you back. I'm always gonna have your back. So try to remember that. I hope you're happy. I hope you're good. I hope you get what you wish for, and you're well understood. And now I'm standing here looking at you. I'm wondering what the hell you're gonna do with those Dr. Pepper eyes and your bubblegum hair. Yeah, I'm standing right here. I remember how I held you so right. I remember that Saturday night. Do you? There will be days when you're falling down, days when you're inside out. There will be days when you fall apart. Someone else will break your heart. They're never gonna hold you back. I'm always gonna have your back. So try to remember that. I hope you're happy. I hope you're good. I hope you get what you wish for, and you're well understood. And whatever your progress, hey, look, I know that you'll be fine, because I hope you're happy, even if you're not mine. I remember when the world was ours to take. I remember you next to me. I remember you with every breath I take. You'll always have a piece of me. I remember, try to remember. I remember every word that we spoke. You right here next to me. I remember how we tried and we tried everything. I remember that. I just hope you're happy. Listen, I just hope you're happy. Yeah, I hope you're happy. I hope you're good. I hope you get what you wish for, and you're well understood. And whatever your progress, hey, look, I know that you'll be fine, because I hope you're happy, even if you're not mine. I just hope you're happy. Thank you very much. Rock and roll.
Big round of applause, please. Justin Furstenfeld of Blue October. Thank you so much. Again, we'll have this video posted for you at alt1057.com. Justin's going to hang out and take some photos with you guys. You sit tight. We'll let him go have a sip of
I don't know
water or
what
something,
artists
and then
do when they do that. Like, I'll be right back. I've got to go think for a second. That was really rough. Okay, I'm ready.
Ready to go.
Let's just do it. Let's pile them on up here, man. Thank you guys so much for having us.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Crush
I
it
appreciate
tonight.
it. Have a good Christmas this year.
Yeah.
Have a good
We will.
Christmas. Have a good Christmas
We will.
this year.
We definitely will. Thank you. All right, we're going to line you guys up. You sit tight for a sec, and we're going to take the photos outside.